Everybody, video here for you today. Now I'm working on a couple videos at the same time. I decided to finish off this one because this one I had it pretty much all put together. I want to thank the people for all their nice birthday greetings on yesterday's video. That really meant a lot to me. I had a nice peaceful dinner at Mom's, not too exciting. Tonight though, I think I'm going down to the Vegas Strip. I haven't been down there in 3 months. Really curious to see what's going on down there with the hotels reopening in the past week. Now, today's video. If you follow my channel, you know I like talking about places maybe you have never heard before, places that seem very important. We're going down to Kashan today in Iran. This is called Sialk, Tepe, right down here. Here's the ancient site today. This place seems very important. There's a large ancient ziggurat here, maybe the oldest one that we have. That's a bit of a mystery, but the dating on this place goes back almost 8,000 years right here. Human habitation here, well, maybe even longer. Here are the ruins from overhead. Large ziggurat here. They're not really well defined on Google Earth, but here's the surrounding area. The city is just kind of encroached on this ancient site. There's an oasis out here. Why this location was chosen, probably. Let's just do a little reading, look around. Here are the ruins down at ground level. This place has just been kind of covered over. Centuries and centuries, just sitting here out in the desert. Here's a look at the large ziggurat here. Very large, eroded structure up here. This thing was probably built a little over 5,000 years ago, they think. Here's a large ziggurat at the site. 5,000 years old is a conservative estimate. When this place was finished, there is a smaller construction that goes back another 1,000 years that is right next to here. And maybe these people were just adding on to something much older that was originally here. They say people originally were here 8,000 years ago, and then this place was constructed about 5,000 years ago. So there's 3,000 years between the time this place was settled and the ziggurat was finished. Here's the wall of what they say is the first tepe, the first construction of the site here. Here's a tomb found at the site. I guess there was a couple necropolises found here. Here's one area that's been excavated pretty well. Other areas here appear not to be touched. You can probably learn a lot from the site. This is one area of the world that I really don't know too much about, haven't researched a lot. That's why I'm looking into a few of these cities in this region. Here are the researchers who did the archaeological work here in 1934, led by the husband and wife team, Roman and Tanya Grisham. Then in 1999, for 5 years, the University of Pennsylvania did research work here. Here's a look at the ruins from a distance, the ziggurat. Then they have this encased right here. I'm not sure if this was found at the site. That's what I'm assuming. Here's some pottery found at the site here. Pretty cool designs on there. Here's a fragment coming from the site here. Designs we have seen at other places. Then we have this human type symbol. Strange elongated skull. That is pretty interesting here. Coming from the site, over 5,000 years old. Here's some pottery found at the site. I'm not sure what this is at the bottom with the little holes in it. Human figures, animal symbolism on these. Coming from 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. Here's what they say is a hair ornament coming from around 3,000 years ago. Found at the site, made of silver. Human occupation here. Lasted probably for about 6,000 to 7,000 years. Now this might be the back of the hair ornament I just showed you, or another one altogether here. But pretty intricate designs on what must be something pretty small here. Here, items are displayed that were found at Tepe Sialk. This comes from the Louvre here. Many different items from different periods of history. Items big and small here. Here's a large pottery vessel found at the site here. Still in pretty good shape. Here's a look at the large eroded ziggurat. That'll give you an idea what centuries of erosion in the desert will do. That's a pretty interesting look. 5,000 years old. Could it be older? Well, the foundation of it certainly could be much older. 1,000, 2,000, even 3,000 years older. I will also leave the link to this story below. This story just came out yesterday. Most extensive field research in central Iranian plateau yields 21 historical sites, but this just goes over some of the ruins in the area. I read this, pretty interesting. I had not heard of this place till about a week ago. I thought this was a good video to do. One of the oldest ziggurats that we have. When this place was originally first constructed is a bit of a mystery, but it goes back at least 5,000 years. This appears to be one of the largest, older structures that we have. The skeletons coming from the base of here come from about 5,500 years ago, so 500 years before they say this place was built. So I think the true mystery of this is how old is it really? Certainly some interesting artifacts coming from here. The symbolism, well, you can leave your thoughts below, but they think this is a pre-Elamite culture that started this place. That is a video on Tepe Sialk down here, present-day city of Kashan. There is a spring out here, or an oasis called the Springs of Solomon. That's what is interpreted to. But I thought that was a good video to do. Site not many have heard about. Has a deep history going back thousands of years. How many? Well, I think that is a bit of a mystery, but that is a good video to do today. Kashan, coming from Iran. Hope you thought that was cool. And you all have a very safe day.